Okay, well, it's been a while. I've been busy doing lots of stuff, but I'm focused the last few days on getting this 310, what I call production ready, final designs. This is the tender cover body that we're going to put on it. This is a 3D representation that was built by um, Leon. And what we've agreed to do is I will use this as a template to build a 3D printed version of this with these dimensions. And I'm using this then to construct and assemble the chassis and all of the components that go into the engine. Now, I had this thing running just a few days ago, and I posted that real quick video to let you see that it's not gone or forgotten. What I've been doing is taking this thing apart, more or less, and determining how things fit together, how they fit together well, where they don't fit together well, and what needs to be done to make it better. And I've worked on this part. I've made some changes to it, and I've worked on this piece. This came out really nice. The speaker works so well. I've borrowed a few pieces. Oops, tool. I borrowed a few pieces from here already, and I was going to show you some of the nuances to building the next chassis. Some of the things that I had to do, I've put a hole in here. I don't know if I have a decent pointer. A pencil might make a good pointer, but there's a hole here, and I had trouble fitting that in to the one I'm doing. I'm going to be moving it up closer to this area in here, so it'll be sort of in here now. But the idea is this is the sensor that reads the magnet to give us the chuff sound. It's critical that that's accurate and reliable all times. So I'm going to make sure I have this thing fitted in there properly. Something else that I've gone to on the new designs will be these trucks are going to have little routings. You can see in here there's a route here, there's a route here, and there's a route here. The wire for the pickups goes through there, but I'm going to also have a spot for the interconnector for the power supply is going to run through this hole here. So it's going to come off the wire, go down this hole, and then run down here to this hole, and then it's going to pop up and go back to the power distribution board from here. And these guys will do the same thing. They'll go through this hole and come out here. That way there'll always be this long length that can have a wrinkle in it, and it won't have too much drag and it won't hang down as much. And I think that'll be a benefit to the operations. I had to cut these things back. There was a lot of grinding and such going on here. I'm hoping I've got these pretty well figured out. I may have to do a little more work in here. I'm not sure. We'll have to put it together to find out that I've got it where I need it, and work on fitting this part in here properly. I had to open this line up here. I had to open this down here. I had to slide this over. This was sticking out a little much, so I had guessed wrong on this dimension, so I'm moving these screws over this way. So I'm doing a lot of tweaks and tunes, even on the prototype, as we're getting ready to finalize this assembly. And I'm hopeful that I'm printing right now the next set. They probably won't get done till later, but I'll have them for me, I guess Saturday is when I'll be back at doing this kind of stuff. I just now noticed I'm going to have to move this speaker forward or shrink it or something, because I need a hole there that's in the way. Oh boy. Well, we'll work it out. We always do. These parts will probably get reused, or at least this board will. It's a good board. I imagine I kind of wanted to keep this one together as a unit I could put back and use somewhere else, so I may keep it that way. I don't know. I'm gonna have to make I got the trucks. I'm gonna have to make the wheels, axles, and spacers, put those in. But the hole for the magnet's gonna have to be made, and some other stuff that's important for this assembly. But Also, this piece, I'm thinking, I had made an extender. You can see here, motor spring. I don't know where that came from. I made an extender here. It's a little piece you add on here and extend and put in the K5. But I'm not happy with how long this is. For one thing, it sticks way back. You want to tighten this up. I don't want to remake this. I'm thinking what I might do is actually, Andy made one of these in plastic that's very rugged, very thick, very strong. And I may take his piece and shorten it up and see if I can't print that part and get rid of this extender and just have it bolt right there and come up and be a lot shorter, so the tender, as it mates with the engine, it's not sticking back like that. You know, we want to have room for turns, but I want it to come in like that more. And the other piece on this reed switch here is I've got a packet of reed switches that I can make my own. Some of these I had purchased from ERR and all that, but I can make them so that they're a little more compact, and I think they'll fit in this space better. I won't use so much thick cable. The thick wire is not necessary because this is a very low signal coming in and back. You're just grounding 3 volts, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. And that will be that. These are all pretty much the same. I'm going to use this is short enough. I'm going to use the two wheel per side, not the 3 wheel pieces, and that's where it's at. Basically, that's where it's at. I've ground out some parts here, so I've made those adjustments on the next print. This cavity here was too shallow. It goes like this. So I had to bring this line back, this cutout here, I had to bring it back. I had to open this up a little more. I had to move these holes over, as you can see here. And in this one, I put the hole on the wrong side, so I got to move it. But I put the hole on the right side on the next one. This was actually for the long and thin chassis. May not work right. This is the more accurate one, and even it, I guessed wrong on the spacing. You can see they're offset, but I didn't offset them enough, so I got to do that some more. Anyway, that part's being printed. Tomorrow's another day, and we will continue going along. And a minor bit of excitement for the for the mini mill. I now have the appropriate coupler for the existing screws and the motor that I have, and we will be able to, what I now have to do is make an adapter to fit this motor onto the X and Y tables, because the tables move. This screw pulls the table in and pushes it back, so it needs to move with it as the X and Y table move. It moves with that. So that'll be something I have to contend with and make that adapter. I saw one adapter, it was like a square tube with a hole, but it was hollowed out. So you would screw this in, and then you would screw this in, and then you could fit it in, and this coupler was in the middle and it was open, so you could reach in and tighten it. It seemed to make sense because you got lots of support, and I may try that, but wow, I'm feeling this. This is a heavy motor, stepper motor for the Y table, which is held up by this X table, you know, and you like to have a lower mass if possible. But there is a pancake one. It's about half the size. If it has the right amount of power, it should work. But anyway, we'll be working on that the next few days. I got to build this adapter, and then I can put these together. That will be exciting because that will turn this into a mini CNC computer controlled, pretty nice. And that's what I'm doing, printing parts, waiting for that. Then I'm going to go back to Leon's engine and really try to nail that one the month of December, as well as some other tricks. I like to get the CNC working the month of December, and I'd like to get a diesel engine drive system. With the CNC, I can machine aluminum. It takes a long time, it's very slow, it's a small machine, but I still should be able to machine out aluminum trucks that would be used for driving diesels and non-steam engines. and I think that will open up a door to a whole list of new engines that we'll be able to construct on with those tool sets. So that's it. Tomorrow is a day off. I don't know if I should say tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be older than dirt, maybe by a year or two, and I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy I'm here, right? So I have to figure out a way to transition this work out, because you have to plan for that, and I'll be talking about that more later. All right, gang. That's it for now.